Anyway, moving on to what we actually were going to talk about today. Um, Midnight Snack. So this is our men's news segment, and big thing that's going on right now with men's sports is preseason football.
We have football. We
We
talked
have
about it
football.
last week. We
Yes.
had the Hall of Fame game last week, which was our first sample into football back on the
hmm
TV. Not the most exciting game, but it was still
No,
football on the TV, which kind of the same thing can be said about preseason games because you're like, how
they're
much
not great.
how much do I put into this? Because I'm watching backups play. But what you get excited for is when rookies that are either trying to make the team or are just trying to get some NFL snaps before the regular season starts, like a couple of the guys we'll get into, um, they touch the field and you get to see them in their NFL jersey for the first time. So let's start with three notable people that came out of the draft this year. First, Cam Warren. Going to start there because
Always got to start there.
we're Titans fans. So, hey, that's
Begrudgingly.
journalism bias right there, but we're gonna go for it. So
Journalism. Yep.
Cam Ward finished the night 5 for 8, 67 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So that stat line, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's not great. But if you look at the first drive where they had a 3-and-out, he had a wide receiver that was across the line of the first down line. Ball hits him in the chest. He drops it, and they end up not converting, which means they're punting. So that was the 3-and-out on the first drive. So I think if you take that away, he was perfect on the night. Like the second drive that they went out there, which is where the majority of those stats came from, he hit Ridley 3 different times for multiple huge pickups, which to me was exciting to see because we've been hearing all offseason about him and Calvin Ridley have been building a relationship. They're going to dinner together. They're inviting each other into each other's homes. Really
Oh
like,
gosh,
hey,
friends.
if yeah, if you're going to be the guy, you're going to be my leader. We're going to build this connection not only on the field but off the field as well. Which I'm excited. You didn't hear about that with Will Levis last year. I think he invited people over to have some mayonnaise at some point. Nobody really showed up.
You have
Um,
got to chill with the mayonnaise.
listen,
You've got to chill.
yeah.
You will not let the mayonnaise go.
I won't. I won't. I appreciate that Levis leaned into it and did the Hellman's mayonnaise commercials last year, but I mean, if you're going to be the mayonnaise spokesperson, you got to step up and do a good job.
It's a big it's a big responsibility being the
It
mayonnaise
is.
spokesperson.
It's a big title.
Yeah.
I can't say that in my lifetime I've seen anybody else be a mayonnaise spokesperson. One of a kind. One of a kind.
Okay.
Speak, yeah. Speaking of Will Levis, just to take a sidetrack. He did have surgery officially, and that he posted a picture of what his shoulder looked like. Kind of makes sense why he played bad last year. It looked pretty gnarly. So
What was it?
he had a dislocated, and it looked like something was torn up there potentially.
Did he
Uh,
play with that last season?
yeah, yeah, that happened early on, and he, I guess, said, "No, I'm good. I'll go out there and play." I think because at that point he was trying to no, if I leave and I don't play the rest of the season, I'm confirming that I will not be the starter next year. So
That's true. Okay. Well,
he kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there.
yeah. It was gnarly looking, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All
But
right, so
all
back
right,
on track here.
back
Other
on track.
rookies that had notable performances. Shedeur Sanders was not only the main quarterback for the Browns, but as far as I saw, he was the only quarterback that really suited up to play for the Browns this week. Um,
Yeah.
why is that? Why is that important? Well, the Browns have 5 quarterbacks on staff right now, so
Wild.
yeah, Shedeur got the highlight. If I had to guess, Flacco is still going to be the starter this year, with maybe Sanders being the backup because Sanders looked pretty good. 14 for 23, 138 yards, and 2 touchdowns, which involved
I,
him threading the needle between 2 defenders
he
for
did,
one
and
of
that
those
was quite
touchdowns.
impressive. I will say that was quite impressive. I don't understand why nobody else like suited up. Is
Yeah,
that the right?
I guess because it's preseason. Sure, you've got both offense players and defense players that are trying to make the team. So they're gonna, work really hard at it, but at the same time, um, kind of expecting that hopefully there's no injuries. So
Yeah.
Sanders
I
should be
don't
able to
know.
start and finish the game.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. But yeah, so
I don't
Sanders
know.
popped
Thought it was
off.
odd.
He had multiple really nice plays. And
Did.
really, I think the only play that you could really knock him on was at the very beginning of the game when he had he scrambled 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then threw it away before getting hit. So that was a bad
Yeah.
look. A lot of accounts jumped on posting that and saying, welcome to the NFL, but he turned it around pretty good after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then the Browns ended up just destroying in that game. So I don't remember what the final score was, but I want to say they won by like 30.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, my bad. They won by 20. They won
You
30,
liar.
30 to 10. So the 30 was in there.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right. So yeah, Shedeur Sanders. He looked good.
Quite impressive. Quite
He's at least
impressive.
he's making a team, like which brings up the question, what do they do with Dylan Gabriel, who also at the Browns? You trade
I don't
him? Do you just cut him?
listen, Joshua. I don't think any of us could guess what the Browns are going to do with
No.
their five quarterbacks. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait and see. I don't know what else to tell you right now. None
I
of
was
it
talk
makes sense.
it doesn't. And that's Browns football, baby. Never makes sense. What I was talking about with somebody yesterday, which I think is pretty funny, is that when Myles Garrett said he wanted out, but then signed a $40 million contract extension, one of the things he said in that press conference was that he liked the plan that and the vision that the Browns had for the future of the program. Um, I
This
just
is
want
the
to
plan.
know, yeah, at what point when they said that we're going to have five quarterbacks on staff and no true starter, what part of that plan he was like, sign me up?
I don't know. You hope that the goal we were talking about this, I think, yesterday. You hope that the reason that they have five quarterbacks is that they're truly trying to find like their franchise guy and then like building a team around that. Right?
That's
Like is that what we're hoping is happening here? Not that we're Browns fans, so it doesn't really matter to us, but
no, but I mean, that's got to be what it is. It's like, it's a coin flip. Like, you're looking at the talent that Shedeur Sanders shows, and you're like, okay, there's potentially a future there with him, but you've got all
yeah,
the extracurricular stuff. So, like, his entrance when he came in to play the preseason game, he had a whole posse around him. He's got a huge speaker. He's playing his own music. So
right.
it's like, you get that where, I mean, you look at like the most successful quarterbacks like Tom Brady, you know, best quarterback that we've seen in the last generation. He was
Allegedly.
nothing like that. So like if you're leadership from a team and you're looking at like, okay, I want to build a new program, I need a guy
Yeah.
to be like the head, the staple of that. You look at what was been successful in the past, not saying that what Shedeur won't be successful simply because he walks in with a speaker. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that they're just looking at who has been the best quarterbacks in the past, how did they handle themselves? Maybe that's what we should be looking for. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I think they're trying to find that. But yeah, I think you get Joe Flacco in the building. One, because he was really good for you guys 2 years ago. Two, he's a leadership person. He's won a Super Bowl in the past. He can teach the younger guys how they should like NFL quarterbacks,
Uh-huh.
and how they should go about game planning and everything like that. I think you get both Dylan Gabriel and you get Shedeur Sanders out of the draft because you see potential with both of them, and it's coin flip. We'll get them in the building, see who performs better. I just don't know what you do with which one you decide doesn't make the cut because I don't know. That's hard.
I don't know.
At this point, it feels like every other team's figured out their quarterback situation. So, like, I don't, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I,
Um, and then you got Kenny Pickett, which he won a Super Bowl last year. Uh, he he was on the he took snaps in the Super Bowl. And then Tyler Huntley. That's where I'm kind of confused.
None of it makes sense, Joshua.
Yeah. So Browns football, it's keeps you on your toes, keeps you guessing. Two more
Anyway,
note. Yeah, two more notable rookie experiences. Travis Hunter officially took the field last night, played snaps on both sides of the ball. Nothing really crazy occurred during the game. He had two catches. He was 2 for 2 on the night for a total of 9 yards. Both routes that he ran were pretty similar, just out and across the middle, and then tried to do a switchback to the other side. But I mean, two completions, showed his hands.
Uh-huh.
He had a missed tackle on one of the defensive snaps, but he's only going to get better the more he
Yeah,
does this. So get the yips out, golfing quote there. Get
the
the
yep.
yips out early in the preseason and then show up in the regular season. Just not against the Titans because we're in the same division.
Of course
So,
not.
yeah.
Why would he? Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe he'll
Totally.
like get
Okay.
the get a cold that night and just
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But finally, I would argue the biggest moment of the weekend
This is
thus
true.
far
This,
in
yeah,
preseason. We had a 70-yard field goal from a rookie.
wild.
Historic. That's never been done.
Just like unnecessary.
Insane.
Like,
I mean, crazy. So yeah,
yeah, that was. Are you gonna tell him who it was?
Cam Little. Cam
Yep.
Little for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He also had a 52-yarder during this game, which
Potatoes.
it's crazy to think that like a decade ago we were like, whew, 50-yarder, that's insane. And now we've got guys hitting 70-yarders in preseason, like
Yeah.
nuts.
That's
So
crazy.
he's a rookie. He's out of Arkansas. I I will personally be drafting him in my fantasy football leagues this year just to see.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. Um,
Crazy.
but yeah, so that I mean that pretty much sums up men's sports for this week. The baseball happened. Shohei is the fastest in Dodgers history to get to 40 home runs. Took him like 117 games. But besides that, I think that's really the main notable thing
Hey, here's a fantasy question for you.
here.
If you draft Travis Hunter, do you get credit for all of his plays? You know what I mean? Because like you would draft him as a wide receiver, but then would you also get the
That's a that's a that's a
points
good
for
question. Yes, I feel like you have to, right?
no, because no, actually I don't think so because you would have to also draft him as a defensive player,
Yeah, but
right?
most leagues you aren't drafting individual defensive players unless you have it set up that way.
Oh. Oh, I don't know. That's
Let's see. Yes, in a typical fantasy football league,
interesting.
two-way players earn fantasy points for both their offensive and defensive contributions.
Because this happens so often. Has it he's like the second person ever to do this, right?
He's not the only. No,
I
Dion
said
played both
second.
ways.
I said
Oh
the
yeah.
second person ever to do it.
Um, so there's been other people in the past that have taken a few snaps both ways.
Okay, just not
Like,
like
yeah, just not to this level.
okay.
So like
Hmm.
Darius Butler, right? He played 9 seasons in the NFL. He came from UConn. He played both ways when he was at UConn playing football. And then when he got into the NFL, they were basically like, you got to pick one way or the other. But I still think a couple games in his 9 year career, he took a couple snaps both directions. But it's not. But yeah,
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that affects fantasy.
it will be interesting.
It
Let us know. Drop the
it's
comment
12.
below. Who are you drafting first round draft pick this year? Let us know.
I have I have no plan. I should probably develop a plan. Do you have a plan?
Uh,
You're in 4 leagues, right?
I am in 4 leagues.
That is far
Yes.
too much. That is far too much.
Well, it was I'm in a work league. I'm in a league that we started in undergrad. I'm in an auction draft league, which I find to be really fun. For those
Who's
that
leading that one?
that's Terrell's. And then I've
Is that
got
not the same as your college one?
No, that's just a regular one. Are you
Is
talking
it not the
groups?
same people
No, it's Brown House. The one from undergrad is Brown House. The auction draft is different. Yeah.
or leagues?
Four
It's too
leagues.
much. I will struggle to keep up with one league,
My goal is to try and draft the same team for each, like all four.
but then you don't optimize your like winning chances, you know?
That's fair, but it optimizes my setting of players every week
Your
and the
ability
amount
to,
of
yeah.
my amount of research that I need to
Sure.
do on individual matchups and whatnot.
But also the likelihood that you're going to get the same exact same players is not because somebody out like it's like
Yeah,
okay,
it
good luck with that.
it'll be yeah it'll be a task.
Good luck with
Because
that.
it's always interesting. Like every draft handles players differently. So like the Brown House group, they prioritize running backs really early on. So you feel like you have to draft running backs in the first two rounds, but then most other leagues prioritizes wide receivers more because you have a chance to earn bigger plays off of them. So you have to draft wide receivers early on in the draft. So it's always interesting
Okay,
strategy wise how you balance that. So yeah, with that being
good luck.
said, let's roll this in. We've had our midnight
To
snack.